Morning, everyone. Moonglow here. Well, this is Friday, January 26th, and right where I'm at right now, the temperature's 43 degrees. It was a little chilly last night. Early this morning, I got the car going so that I can get some heat and get rid of this chill. It was it was nice to feel some warmth. But it's supposed to start warming up. I think the temperature's supposed to be in the 60s, high 60s, partly cloudy. But it is supposed to start warming up, which I will be glad, because I like warmth. I mean, being from Florida, I like warmth. Although really, cold weather does not bother me. It kind of invigorates you, you know. But anyway, today I have not a lot of plans to do very much, except maybe try to find that old cemetery that I saw about 4 years ago. It was really an interesting one, but I'm not sure exactly where it's at. So maybe later on today I'll go out and start looking. If I find it, though, I am going to film it. I love cemeteries. They're just my thing. I've always liked cemetery. I got lost in one when I was a kid one time. My poor mother. I've always been the adventurous one, and she was always the non-adventurous one. And I had gone to church, and I guess I was about 10. And back then, you could walk anywhere. I mean, you know, back around the early 50s, it was like, don't worry about anybody hurting you. If anybody was out there and saw you there, grab you by the hand and say, okay, let's go home. You're going to go to your house. So anyway, I got out of church, and I went to the cemetery, which was on the way home. We lived in the project areas in Key West. And I thought, well, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to look in there. So I started walking around the cemetery and just really having fun. Time passes by. I don't, you know, you're a kid. You don't know what time is. And there was a funeral going on. And it was a African-American funeral. And they, you know, there were people crying, but there was joy in it also. There was music, and I got caught up in all that. Oh, my God, I really got caught up in it. And I said, okay, I'm just going to join up with it. I did. I joined with them, and I danced with them, and I prayed with them, and whatever they did, I did. Meanwhile, my mother's frantic. She can't find me. My grandmother can't find me. They called the police. The police couldn't find me. What would they have thought? I was going to be in the cemetery of all places. And back then, you know, they didn't have the technology that they have now to look for people. So anyway, the funeral got over with, and everybody left except me. I couldn't find my way out. I just got lost in the cemetery. So what do? It's getting dark. You don't know how to get out? Well, you stay there. And I did. I laid down on one of the tombstones or the tombs and fell asleep. Next morning I wake up and started rummaging around. I wasn't even scared. I was not scared. And I found my way out. And as I was leaving the cemetery, the cops found me. And they took me to my mother. And needless to say, I got the whipping of my life. I never again attempted that. But it was fun, and I enjoyed it. So yeah, cemeteries is something that I've always been fascinated by, especially the old ones, the old pioneer ones. So much history there. Just, and not, you can tell by the dates what went on in that area at that time. In Wickenburg, Vulture Mine has a cemetery there, and it's an old one. There's no tombstones per se that says so-and-so died at so-and-so time. What it is the rocks are piled up, and there's a lot of small ones, children. And I imagine that perhaps maybe some kind of disease happened at that time, and a lot of people died. But it's not a big graveyard, but it's got a lot of graves in it, though, close to each other's, which I am going to go back to one day, and I'll film that one. But anyway, I might do that today. I might just go and go to that cemetery. And if I do, you'll know, because I'll have it on YouTube. Yes. But anyway, guys, I do appreciate all of you. And I know in my other channel I had almost 500 subscribers, and I thanked every single one of them in my heart. I have thanked them all. And some of you have found me again, and oh gosh, I was really happy about that. Thank you. But anyway, for now, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And peace, my friends. Peace.